Marshall Pruett, Robin Miller, the Yard of Bricks. Oh, they're down there somewhere. We're at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The first and only day of testing in 2018 Aero Kit's over. A lot of smiles, a lot of good times. I said to you when this thing was first announced, God, I can't believe they're going to have a test and just throw it open to the public and the media without having a day to work things out. But obviously they didn't need it.
That's what we call simulation, brother. They have been using this super speedway aero kit. This bodywork has been through simulation, not only kind of PC based, but also the big multi-axis, throw the driver in and you're actually driving the track, the big expensive simulator. Those things are so accurate that they can plug in all the numbers used to create this bodywork, have Oriol Servia, have Juan Montoya drive in this thing lap for lap around Indianapolis, again in a virtual world, and come to the conclusion that yes, this is sound. Come here, do a one-day test, and prove everything that they found in that virtual world. So that's pretty cool, pretty crazy. Really about the first time we've seen that in the Verizon IndyCar Series era.
And Servia was funny. He says, maybe I'm crazy, but I was pretty much wide open leaving the pits. So they had a lot of trust in what was underneath them. But to be fair, it is the same car and the same engine. It's just new stuff hanging off of it. Not nearly as much stuff hanging off of it, thankfully, but new stuff.
So we got rid of the Kardashians, the unloved rear wheel pods. Probably the best thing to come from all this. The low engine cover, I would say, is another beauty. That swept rear wing, I love. I wish it was a little higher, almost like you forget it, you don't see it from some angles, but the bodywork looks amazing. The base Dallara DW12 that it's built around, still maybe not the most beautiful thing we've ever seen, but this is a 99% improvement over that. Cool that you can slap that bodywork onto the existing car, have Servia go out and be essentially flat, have Montoya be essentially flat. They've been running at race boost. That's the other thing to keep in mind. They're not in the super high qualifying boost, which would have seen, 224s, 225s, but the big takeaway, Robin, was this day was not about ultimate speed. It was just proving and verifying the bodywork does what it said it would through simulation, make sure everything functions okay, and now they're done here. They're done with super speedway. They move on to Mid-Ohio for road course testing, and they just want to get things to a place where they say, okay, it's good. Now it's on to the teams. Once the stuff comes out, you go find the speed.
You went around like you usually do to the track in the corners and took pictures. Did you get the same opinion? I mean, when it was coming at you, it looked cool, and when it was going away from you, it looked cool. In both cases, it looked like an Indy car.
It looked beautiful. And so this is where we get to sound a little bit like the old farts and the Muppets sitting up in the balcony, but you and I are old enough to have seen and loved Indy cars that looked exactly like this. These are the only type of Indy cars that we'd known until the Indy Racing League came along, put the overhead air intakes and did some different looking things. For those who love the overhead air intake and kind of this current style of bodywork, can't argue. I mean, that's what you love. I just know for me and I know for you, that 70s, 80s, 90s style, even the 2000s Champ car, low slung, mean, wide, aggressive. This ticks all those boxes and just makes me feel like I'm back in that place of comfort that I haven't been visually with an Indy car for a long time.
And as we talked to Jay Fry earlier, the outpouring of support from the fans and the mechanics. It's hard to impress mechanics. Have seen it all. They're not easily impressed. They think it looks cool. They're happy.
People
they think it's cool. So
you're happy.
I'm happy. But I got to tell you that I was also around for Roadsters, so you're a lot younger than I am. Don't start that. We're all old stuff. All right. You're gonna go edit our videos. We're gonna write some stories. RACER.com. Anything else to add to this, brother?
No, we got videos coming from Servia, Montoya, Alan Miller from HPD,
Jay Fry.
So yeah, lots of good stuff, lots of good photos, and then we're off to Mid-Ohio this weekend, and I think you and I are going to have some more silly season stuff to talk about.
Lots more.
We got a podcast coming up we're going to do tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk about more about where
we found out stuff today that we might tell you tomorrow on our podcast.
Yes, stuff that might even be true.
True.
All right.
Okay, thanks for watching.